You're here because you've thought about buying a Casio, and you want to know what really matters before you do. Maybe you've seen the name 1,000 times. Maybe you already had one as a kid. But deep down, you want to know, is Casio really worth it today? And if it is, which Casio is the one to buy? Here's the thing, Casio isn't just cheap plastic watches, corrective confidence. It's the brand that gave us the indestructible G-Shock. The calculator watch that Bill Gates wore before he was, well, Bill Gates. Playful pride, and the first digital wristwatch that literally went to space. That's not a gimmick, that's history. But here's the twist. Most people still get Casio wrong. If you stick with me, you'll walk away knowing exactly which Casios are worth your money, which ones you should skip, and why this brand is way more than just an entry-level choice. Because the truth is, the Casio that fits you might not be the one you think. See, Casio isn't about luxury. It's about reliability, accessibility, and pure function. Respectful tone. From the legendary F91 watts that cost less than a fast food meal, to G-Shocks engineered to survive war zones and free falls off skyscrapers, Casio built its reputation by doing what other brands couldn't, making watches that just don't quit. Pride, strength. Think about it. Have you ever owned a Casio? And if you did, how long did it last before breaking? If it ever broke at all? Nostalgic reflection. Now, here's what most people miss. Casio isn't one size fits all. It's an ecosystem with three main tribes. Setup intrigue. The F91 watts. The AE1200, also known as the Casio Royale. These are bare bones, no-nonsense watches. Cheap, light, and instantly recognizable. If you want simplicity with a side of nostalgia, this is your lane. Warm nostalgia. Sneaker, analog, business ready. These watches are for the guy who wants Casio reliability, but dressed up for the office. Think chronographs, steel cases, and a little more presence on the wrist. Professional pride. And then this is where Casio went from watchmaker to cultural icon. Dramatic pause. Indestructible, experimental, and often massive on the wrist. From military operators to rappers, from construction workers to astronauts, the G-Shock is the equalizer. It doesn't matter who you are, it will take whatever you throw at it. Power, inclusivity. So if I asked you, would you rather go minimal and classic, or bold and indestructible, which side are you on? Direct challenge. Curiosity. Here's another myth. Casios are only cheap watches. Wrong. Firm correction. Limited edition G-Shocks can run into the thousands, and collectors chase them with the same obsession you see in the Rolex world. Excitement. Intensity. Another myth. Casios are for kids. Really? Tell that to the Navy SEALs, firefighters, and astronauts strapping them on every day. Pride. Defiance. But let me warn you, the biggest mistake people make is buying the cheapest Casio just because it's cheap. That's not how you play this game. Serious warning. You've got to think about use case. Office? Go edifice. Streetwear flex? Grab a G-Shock collab. Everyday beater? The F91 watts or AE1200 has your back. Get this wrong, and you'll either feel underdressed or like you're trying too hard. Caution. Tension. Think back. Your first Casio probably wasn't glamorous. But you remember that feeling. Your first watch. Your first taste of independence. Warm nostalgia. Almost sentimental. That's the real magic of Casio. It was never about status. It was about freedom. It was about putting time on your wrist. Anywhere, anytime. Inspiring. Emotional. So here's the truth you came for. Casio isn't just one of the most common watch brands, it's one of the most democratic. Respectful authority. It gives you everything. Affordability, toughness, collectability, and yes, even luxury, if you know where to look. The real trick isn't asking whether Casio is worth it. It's asking which Casio is worth it for you. Thoughtful pause. Challenge. So don't underestimate Casio. It's not just a meter watch. It's history, culture, and design, wrapped into something anyone can wear. Pride, reverence. Now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite Casio memory? Drop it in the comments, I'll be reading them. Warm connection. Community. And if you love stories like this about watches, hit subscribe, and check out my next video. It'll change the way you see your collection. Confident, close, intrigue.